Hello and welcome. This video is part of a series I'm doing on my channel related to a multi-day 4th of July vendor event that I just did a few weeks ago. I would consider myself to still be more on the beginner side of doing these vendor events, but I'm starting to cross over into the more regular or intermediate level vendor. And in this series, I'll be sharing some of my stories, the lessons I've learned, my favorite tips and tricks so far, my booth layouts, my displays, basically my blood, sweat, and tears when it came to this event specifically. I want to help others who are around my level or a little below, or those who are only thinking about doing these events themselves and need a little boost. And I hope I help you learn something. So let's get started on this episode. A review of the ArtVend. Hello and welcome everyone to another video in my series about my vendor events that I'm doing. I want to introduce you to my new friend, the ArtVend. Anyway, I've had my eye on this for a bit. Before I had my eye specifically on this, I had been thinking in my head about trying to make my booth more interactive, and I thought, I got the idea of maybe a gumball machine or a vending machine, something that I could do to, again, people might like the gimmick of it, they might want to do it. Not that it's totally a gimmick, we're going to talk about what I'm going to do with it, but something kind of gimmicky to get people to interact more with me in my booth, basically. And I thought this would be a good way to do it. Now, I haven't used it yet. We're going to see at the end of this video, when I do use it, how it goes and everything, and I'm going to kind of give you my full assessment of the first time I use it, basically. But what I was saying was that I was looking for a vending machine, so I started looking like on Facebook Marketplace and eBay and stuff, trying to find a used one. And I didn't want a huge one, obviously. I mean, I'm not going to be able to cart that to my events. But I was looking for a smaller one, or one that would be relatively easy to set up, preferably tabletop like this. I was looking at specifically like sticker machines because I do plan on making stickers. I don't know if I'm going to have them for this event or not. I might have a few. But anyway, I wanted to and possibly do that. Or you could put something in the little sticker folder, which is kind of what I'm going to be doing with this. I'm going to show you. But you could do like put a little coupon in there for like something off in your booth or whatever. So I was looking at those, and even used, the ones I could find were about the same price that this ended up being. So when I found this, I was like, well, I might as well just get this because this is more flexible, and it's something that I appreciate because you can do different size coils in here, like you can see. I'll talk more about what exactly I ordered in a minute, but you can get a little bit be more flexible with your sizes, whereas a sticker machine you'd have to do something flat. So, plus I can fit more visible stuff in here for people to see. So this, was something that I was like, okay, I think I want that. Then it was like, well, it's kind of expensive. Do I want to take the plunge on buying that or not? For the machine itself, I ended up paying $374.98 for it. When I bought it, it's a little more expensive now. I'm going to get to that. All right, everyone, this is the ArtVend, the website. So it's theartvend.com. I wanted to jump in here and do a more recent, as I'm filming this, explanation of the ArtVend because I had filmed that one earlier, but there's kind of outdated stuff in there, so I'm just going to kind of do this instead. So this is the ArtVend website. It's where you can buy the ArtVend. And so if you want to buy the machine, it's here, the ArtVend 100. We're going to go to that in a minute. These are the accessories. We'll go through some of those. I'll show you those. But this is the machine here. So click on that. Now for some reason I noticed this. I'm not sure what's going on, if this is like a special sale going on or something right now. But I'm in an incognito browser, and I tried other browsers too, like my regular one. And it's coming up with automatically a code applied. I don't know about that. I don't know what's going on there. That seems kind of weird. But like I said, maybe there's a special sale going on that I don't know about. Maybe for the day that I'm filming this, I'm not sure. So I'm going to show you because I can't like take that off anyway until I get to the checkout. So you're gonna have to bear with me here, because I'm assuming by the time you're watching this video that's not going to be the case anyway. So we'll see. Maybe there is a code automatically applied. But you know what? It would be really nice if you put my code in instead, because I'm the one making the video. Anyway, this is the page to find out all about the ArtVend machine. I'm just going to scroll through a little bit real quick and then we'll come back. So at the time of filming right now, they're doing pre-orders for September, October, because, yeah, I didn't mention it in this video yet, but I did mention it in my older video, but I'm going to be replacing that. When I ordered my machine was right before, or right during, the tariff situation, the tariff war. So the machines are actually made, the actual machine is made in China. However, this is an American company, but they have it manufactured in China. And the person who created it, you know, did it all herself. She just, you know, the design and everything, but she just has them made in China. So it made a little bit of an issue because of this was a few months ago, obviously, the tariff stuff going on, the war kind of going on. And I got one of the last machines that were available at the time because, you know, that's kind of the reason why I bought it, was because I was kind of on the fence about it, because I saw this machine, I thought it was really useful looking, but the price tag, I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to spend that yet. But then, because she only had a few left because of the tariffs, I decided, okay, it's time to get one. So I did. I got one of the last machines at the time, and that was back in April, I think I bought mine. So I'm filming this in August of 2025. So right now, she has a pre-order going if you order one until September, October. So it's going to take a while for you to get yours because of the backup with the tariff stuff. But it also depends on when you're watching this video, because it might not be that way anymore. You might be able to get one right away, but, you know, consult the website. All right, but anyway, so this is the machine. And you can now pick between 3 colors. There's white, black, and lavender. I got a white. Like I said, I had one of the last ones left anyway, and I don't think the black and lavender were technically available yet at the time. I think those were pre-orders when I was looking, but now everything's pre-order, so it doesn't matter. But you can also pick the coil size. There's a spot later that kind of explains this a little more, but this is the small coils, the 9mm, 16mm is the medium, and the 26mm is the large. Now, you have to order with your machine, you have to get all the same ones. So with mine, I ordered the medium size, the 16mm. But then I also got extra coils myself. I got the small coil, 1 small coil and 1 large coil. So now my machine is set up right now with a small, a medium, and a large in it. And then I have 2 extra mediums now. But I thought that would be the most flexible, because I'm really into the flexibility of this machine. Like, I can put all kinds of different things in it. That's really why I wanted it. So, okay, for the coin mechanism, I got tokens. And I think most people do get tokens. But you get tokens, you see you get 100 tokens included when you order the machine. Hi, Assistant Chaz. Shh, I'm filming. Can you be quiet? So for the coin mechanism, I got the tokens with mine. And that's because, again, you can be flexible with the price that way. So you get 100 tokens included with your order when you get the coin mechanism with the tokens. They can also change it out for a quarter mechanism, or you can do that as well later on if you want to. You can also do free vend, which means you just there's no coin needed. You just spin the thing and it comes out. And then you can also do loonies and toonies in Canadian. So if you're from Canada. But anyway, so that's your options for ordering the machine itself. You can see all the information here.
Obviously, you can read this all when it's your time to order, but I'm just kind of showing you real quick. And these are extra things which we're going to get to in a minute, but that's that. So then, yeah, those are all still extra things. But anyway, let's kind of go down here. Here's some action photos of it. And right now there is a sale going on. If you do all this too, you can get a magnetic decal, one of these, and the machine, all for $5.35, which is a little less than it would be all anyway. Here's the lavender machine and the black machine. But anyway, I wanted to get down here because I know it talks about the coils. Jazzy. All right, so here are the coils. So, like I said, I got this medium size with mine because you have to get them all the same when you order the machine, but then I got one extra small and one large. And you can see kind of the size they are. So the small ones are 0.3 inches for the thickness. So stuff for like stickers or mini art prints or flat items. Then 0.5 inch for the medium, and you can do like enamel pins, jewelry, keychains, a little thicker. And then 1 inch for the larger ones, which you can do for pill cases, press-on nails, fake lashes, stuff like that. But anyway, so that is that. Now let's add to the cart. Now I'm going to have to kind of finagle this because that code is getting applied for some reason. I'm not sure why automatically. That's kind of weird. But anyway, I'm going to add it to the cart. And this is because that code is applied, because normally it's $3.99.98. So I'm going to take that off in a minute. But I wanted to show you this too. So you have shipping protection automatically added. You can take that off if you want. But if you go to checkout, it's going to be on there, and then you're going to have to take it off. So you can do checkout without protection if you don't want it. I'm just going to do that for now anyway, just to show you the machine itself. So I'm going to click on that. Now, the reason why this is $10 off is because that code was applied automatically. I'm not sure why this is happening, like I said, while I'm doing this, but I can't fix it on my end, so I'm going to take it off. So this is normally what it would be like if you're ordering the machine. It's $3.99.98, and then you fill out all your information over here. Now, I'm going to give you my code, not the one that was on there. It's SHRUSH, SHRUSH. So then you hit apply, and that'll take the $10 off there, $389.98. But if there's any other deals going on, like I said, I don't know if that code being applied right now is a deal going on. I'm not sure why that's going on right now. But sometimes they have other things going on, so then my code won't apply anyway, because you can't use it with other discounts. And also you can only use it on the machine. So if you were to add accessories, which I'm going to show you in a minute, we're going to add some accessories. You're not going to get anything off of those. It's just the machine. So, but anyway, this is the checkout page. So I'm going to go back now and add, well, anyway, so going to accessories. So here's where you can get extra coils. So I'm going to do that. I'll just show you what I ordered. I ordered one of these, add to cart. And one of these, the bigger ones, add to cart. That's kind of annoying. Okay. Then go back. So other options you have, you can get these lights. So if you order these with your machine, they'll install it for you. Otherwise, you're going to have to install it yourself if you order it separately. Also, I'll note too, because I ordered the extra coils with my machine, they put the small and large coils in there for me. And so they put it like in order, the small, medium, and large on the 3 tiers, because they knew I probably wanted that because I ordered extra ones. So they're very good about if you order things, all together, they'll put it together for you and send it out that way, which I think is very nice. But anyway, that is that. So then let's go back, and so then there is a magnetic decal that you can get. Now you can send in your own design for this. Otherwise, you can also have them design it for you. There's an option for that. Like I said, I didn't end up doing this because I just wanted to paint my machine. So I ended up doing that instead. Then you can get a little tote, which makes it easier to carry. I didn't end up getting this myself, but I considered it, but maybe in the future I might get it, but for now I'm just carrying it myself instead of using the tote. They also have these envelopes that fit perfectly in the machine. So you can get those, and it makes it much easier than making them yourself, trust me. I mean, I didn't buy these, but I had different ones that I could use. I started trying to make ones myself, and I'm like, nope, this is too much work. So you might consider buying some of these. So this is a permanent decal instead of magnetic. Actually, I want to click on this because I think it's a sticker. I don't know if it says. Yeah, I'm assuming it's a sticker because it's permanent. So this is what you would go through if you were going to order either a magnetic or a permanent one, where you can upload your own design, or you can also have them design it for you, I think, too. But anyway, that's that. You can order more tokens if you want. This is a security tether if you are worried about someone stealing it. You can tether, there's a little part on the little, actually it probably shows on here, let me show you. There's a little, maybe not. There's a little, on one of your machines, there's a little thing where you can tether that to a little hook kind of thing on the machine that you can put that on and then tether it down to the ground or wherever you're securing it to, or securing it to your table or whatever it is. So that's what that is for. So here's the design services. So if you want them to make your own custom thing, if you don't want to design it yourself, you can get an extra lock and key if you want. This is, again, if you're having them make one for yourself. You can get a coin wheel. That is to, if you want to change the mechanism. So there are videos, they have tutorials about how to do that as well, but I don't plan on doing that. So they also have these options if you want to just get that to put in there. And then this is a hard case, which is nice. Actually, if I end up buying a case, I'm probably going to get the hard one. And then they have, stickers and stuff for their business. You can also get custom tokens made with your logo on them if you want. That seems like a little much to me, but you can do that. But anyway, so that's an idea of what you can get accessory-wise. Now let's go back to the cart. Check out without protection. Again, so yes, my code is still on there. So as you see, you only get the $10 off the machine, not any accessories. So the code is for the machine only. But again, my code is SHRUSH. I appreciate it if you're watching this video to use my code if there's another code on there. But, you can do what you want, I guess. But anyway, so I think I said this earlier, but you get $10 off the machine, and I get about $10 as well whenever someone uses my code. So it's not like I'm getting more than you or anything like that. You can also, when you buy one, you can also become an affiliate yourself if you apply for it, if you make videos and stuff like that. So anyway, that is pretty much how it goes. I don't think there was anything else to really go over, but that is how you would order one. Like I said, right now, as I'm filming this in August 2025, there is a wait list, but depending on when you're watching this video, there might not be one. So you may be able to just order and it'll come. And when I ordered mine, there wasn't a wait list, and it came within like a week, I think. I'd have to really double check that, but I think it was like a week only. Like it was very fast. And like I said, all the extra things I ordered with mine, like ordered the extra coils, those came already put in for me at the time. Like I didn't have to do that. And they just sent the extra 2 medium ones that originally came in the machine separately. So, and there is a tutorial on how to use the machine and how to change those out that they have on their social media, and they have it on their YouTube channel, and they also have it on, I think, their Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that. So you can find it there. I probably will do one eventually, a video like that showing how to do all that too on my channel, but right now I don't have the ability to do that this day that I'm filming this, so I will probably do that later, but they do have one themselves. So, but anyway, yeah, that's it. So that's how you order.
Like I said, I wanted this because of the flexibility. So when you buy it, it technically comes with, so there's 3 different sizes of coils, but when you buy the machine, you have to get all the same size. So I have some extras here because these are both the middle size. That's what, I bought it technically as, because you have to get all the same size when you order the machine. But then I ordered extra coils, so I got one small and one larger. So a small row, a medium row, and a large row. And I thought, depending on what I decide to put in here, this would be the best option where I had medium, because obviously you can swap them out. So that's the coils. The extra coils were, let me tell you the price. So when I bought the extra coils, they were $16.95 each. So, and it ended up being $408.88 for everything. So like I said, a big investment, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to or not, but since the threatening, like, maybe I'll never get the chance again, and I wanted something specifically like this, I would rather have this than the sticker vending machine. I'm like, all right, let's do it now. And I'm glad I did, because I got one of the last ones. I think she had like 10 left when I ordered. But anyway, it also comes with a few other things. So you get the machine, you get 100 tokens with it, a bag of 100 tokens. So these all take tokens, these little coin, what do you call them, coin slots. But if you wanted to, you can switch them out for quarters or loonies and toonies in Canada. And she actually gives you these little tools you can use to swap out these with it. And you also get like a little bit of grease if you need it. I haven't needed it so far because I haven't used it that often, but maybe I might need it in the future, so I appreciate that. So that's all it, well, actually, you also get keys to open it up. So you have to do 2 keys in order to open it, kind of like a nuclear bomb situation where you need both keys. But anyway, you open it up. Like I said, here are the coils. You can change these out, like I said. This is the little area where the tokens go in when they get used. In fact, I can show you that real quick, but I'm going to show you again when I show you how something drops. Okay, let me just show you the token thing first. So, kind of loud, but if you had something here, it would fall down, and it comes down to here, which is, there's a little slot here, so you just pull it out. And then if you need to open it up and empty your tokens, well, it didn't actually go into the thing. It might have been in there a little wrong, but here's my token. So they're in there anyway, even if it's not in quite right where it should be. But that's how that works. Take these out for now. So in regards to that, I'm going to start this soon. Right now it's plain. Because I'm using this at my July 4th event, I'm going to my guess is right now, I might change my mind. The front face here, I'm going to do in the blue and white stars. And then the whole around it up here, at the top and on the sides, I'm going to do like the red and white stripes for the flag, because it's 4th of July. I can also do stuff on the glass if I want. I can also attach magnets. I might also do the back, because the front is going to be the blue and white stars, and I think I might do that on the back as well. There are some like the branding and stuff for the ArtVend back here and the serial number and stuff. But around that, I might do the blue and white stars. Not that anyone's really going to see that, but maybe they will, depending on how my booth looks. So maybe I'm going to want something back here. I'm not sure. Now I'm going to show you how it works. I don't have the things ready that I'm going to put in here yet, but I have decided kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But I have just this is just like a pocket Kleenex tissue thing, and I think it's going to be about the right size. So I'm going to stick it up there. Obviously, it would be more full with stuff on every level, but just to test it out, here's a token. We're going to do it again. Hopefully it goes in the thing this time. All right, so again, it's going to be loud. Maybe it's not quite the right size, but I was still able to get it out without opening up the machine. The size, in fact, is like, it's best for like 3.5 by 3.5, I think was the size. Now I don't know what size this is. It's probably more than 3.5 here. And the thickness of what you have depends on the coil you have, and obviously the biggest coils are going to allow you to be able to be the same size where you can take it out this way as well. But anyway, that's how it works. Let's check the token, see if it came out to the right spot. I'm having issues. Okay, there it is. See? So, I have to make sure I get that in the right spot. Not that it matters, it'll just go underneath there or whatever, but it'll start building up if I have too many. So what I plan on doing with this event is, I don't think this is going to change. This is what I have decided, but there might be some tweaks along the way, and you'll see, and I'll probably put on the screen if I changed. But what I'm planning on doing right now, even though these are all different sizes right now, I technically need that, because I'm going to put all the same stuff in here for now, but I started cutting out paper so I can make little envelopes that are 3.5 by 3.5. And in those envelopes, I'm going to have a little item, like a small sticker, small magnet, like a small keychain in there. Then also a voucher for something in my booth that day, or you can use it towards a custom project if you want. But so to buy a token, the tokens are going to be $5 each. So everything in here is going to be at least $5. In fact, I mean, the voucher is at least $5, then you get the extra thing on top. But there's also going to be some vouchers in there that are more than $5 that you could possibly get with your token. So you could possibly get a deal if you buy a token for $5, and then maybe you'll get like a $10 voucher. Then you'll get, half off something because you paid $5 and you're getting a $10 item. But you can also use it, so your voucher you can use on an item that's that amount, or smaller items that add up to that amount, or a larger item, but just take the $5 or the $10 off. So basically it's kind of like a gift card. I didn't get here yet, but the other thing I was going to say is you can buy a token for $5, or if you spend $30 already in my store, every $30 you spend, you'll get a token. So you'll get at least $5 more worth of stuff if you buy $30. I think I've, worked out the kinks. I'm trying to work on every possible scenario in my head and stuff, but like I said, I might tweak it a little bit before the event, but I think I got it. And, by the end of this video, you'll see exactly what I decided on and whether or not it worked, or if I changed it in the moment while I was there or whatever. You're going to see all that in the video, but that's what I plan on right now. And this is like a month out from the event. So I'm going to pack this up again, and then the next time you'll see me is probably when I'm going to design this, or when I'm doing the envelopes or something for this. You'll see all that as part of this video, and then like I said, you'll see me bring it to the event, how I set it up, and you'll see it in action at the event. And then later on afterwards, I'll tell you how it works. Also, real quick, I'm not sure, because of the tariff situation kind of messed everything up. She used to have like an affiliate program where if you bought the machine, you could sign up to have a code where you get a little bit of a kickback back when someone buys it. This is the only way I'm really going to do that, is with like a small business. I don't want to do that kind of stuff with like a corporation that's trying to get like views on their video, like advertising like that way. I don't want to be like an influencer that way. but I'll work with a small business who does it, and especially if I really love the product, which I think I'm going to. But I did sign up for the affiliate program.
And yes, I did sign up for the affiliate program and I am accepted now. So the code is SHRUSH, Shrush. You enter that in checkout and you will get $10 off your machine. And then I do receive a little bit back as well. It's actually about the same amount, about $10 each machine. And it's only on the machine, not on the accessories. So $10 off the machine if you want to buy it.
Anyway, let's get on with it.
Okay, and this is some footage I had of me painting the machine. In the end, I mean, it was fine at the event, but I don't really feel like it was worth it. I'm going to end up probably repainting it to just be my brand colors. I have the navy blue color anyway in my brand that you will see at the front there, but without the stars. So I'm just going to repaint it to be all navy blue, and then I'll add whatever I need to it by magnets or whatever later. But, you know, I felt like I did all this work and no one really appreciated it. So I think I'm just going to just paint it instead of doing it for every event. I'm just going to paint it my brand colors instead. And this is me removing it. The first round I didn't get everything off technically, but I'm going to be repainting it anyway, so it's not going to really matter. But I got most of it off.
I might be repeating myself a little bit because I filmed a few different things and I'm going to be putting them all together, so I apologize if you've heard this before, if I haven't cut it out. But I had one customer at my festival who used my vending machine. Everyone else was kind of confused, really. I should go get the sign that I have too. So this is the sign I had out for it. Obviously, you pay $5 for a token, right? Vending machine tokens, $5 each. And then, or you could spend 30 and get a token in my booth. Spend 30 in my booth. Prizes include $5, $10, $15, $20 vouchers. That's the most concise way I could say, you know, what I was planning on doing with this. This was confusing to people for some reason. Part of the thing is, a lot of people, not all of them, but a lot of them looked at this here, and they're like, so what, there's tokens in there? And I'm like, no, you buy a token and then you'll get a voucher. Like you buy a token to use in the machine and you get a voucher. That's what you get. People are like, oh, I'm like, okay. So the one thing from that I would do now is say tokens for vending machine, because vending machine tokens people don't get apparently. There's all kinds of stuff about the voucher system and whatnot that I have to say as well, but I'm going to leave that for another time. But, yeah, most people were confused, or they were like, I didn't even see anything in there. What is, like, I couldn't even tell there was anything in there. And there's a bunch of white envelopes they're all facing a slightly different way because these are all different types of coils. So I'm not sure why people couldn't see that there are envelopes in there. Now, the one thing I was going to do is, because it was 4th of July, I had started making my own envelopes for red, white, and blue. But it was taking too long and I didn't have enough time to finish. So I'm like, I'll just use these envelopes that I have that are small enough that will go through and fit and everything, and just put the voucher in there. I did make the vouchers, and I'll show you those in a minute too. But like a couple people were like, I can't even see anything in there. There's envelopes. How can you not see the envelopes in there? Like, you know, so that's another thing. And I think having the red, white, and blue would have helped with that, because obviously a little contrast. I mean, I know that it's white inside in the white envelopes, but you know. So that was another thing overall that people were kind of confused by. And even after I explained it, you know, no one really wanted to buy anything, which that is because partially maybe they didn't want anything in my booth. But then I said, you know, you can use it on a custom thing because, you know, I prefer doing custom projects and whatnot. You know, and no one really wanted to spend the time. And this is also partially because of the festival itself, which is another topic I'm going to talk about in depth a little more. But this festival it's a July 4th festival with local businesses, small businesses in the area that you can patronize at the festival if you want to. It's not that we were set up as like technically a craft market, even though that's what it was called. Like it's not like people were going there to buy stuff from small businesses. So like they were there to be at the festival and spend on food and stuff like that. And then maybe also here in my booth or other people's booths. So overall, that was kind of an issue. So that has to do with how this went over as well. But like I said, for some reason this was confusing. I mean, when I made it, I was trying to make it as clear as possible. And I failed apparently. But I thought like the contrast in colors would help. I also did not realize that vending machine tokens was confusing. Like, yeah, you're going to buy a token to use in the vending machine. Like because again, a lot of people were like, what? So I get a token? Like they thought like from here they would get a token. And I'm like, no, you get a token and you use it in the machine and then you'll get an envelope that has a voucher in it. And it can be, if you spend 5, you can get possibly 20 or 15 or 10 or 5. You're not losing any money. But then you have to spend it in my booth or again, spend it on something later on. So that's kind of the experience I had at the festival with it. Now I did have one person use the vending machine one day. It was the second day and kind of relatively early in my shift there. She came up and she saw the sign. She was looking at it, and a lot of people did that, but she's looking at it and she's like, okay, I want to play. I'm a gambler. I want to play. And she didn't look at anything else in my booth. And I'm like, okay, just so you know, so I'm going to give you a token for your $5 and then you're going to get a voucher and it could be either 5, 10, 15 or 20. And she's like, yeah, I want to play. Let's play. I'm like, okay. And she didn't even like look in my booth again. So I'm like, you're going to have to buy something in my booth with it, or I can make something for you custom. And she's like, okay, I don't care. Let's just play. So I'm like, all right. So I sold her the token and she apparently did I couldn't remember, but she apparently did this bottom one here because there's one missing there. And she ended up getting only 5. So she got an even exchange. And then she ended up buying 2 of my small signs for $5. And she found 2 that she wanted right away. She's like, okay, I get this for my token or my voucher. And she was just, I mean, she was the perfect customer, honestly. I wish I could have cloned her. But like, I was a little nervous about it because I'm like, you do know what you're getting, right? Like, you're not going to like demand a refund, right? Like, you know what you're getting. So that worked out. But that was the only one I had the whole weekend where she was like, and she even said, oh, people love this. They're like, you know, they got the gambling or whatever. And I'm like, I thought so too, to some extent, but not really. And no one after her, no one before her was even there. I had one little girl who came up and saw the sign and she was asking about it and I was telling her how it worked. And she is kind of asking, I think her dad, she's like, can I have $5? And he's like, for what? And she's like, well, for this, I get a token. And I can get a voucher. And he's like, no, come on, let's go. You know? So that was almost another one, but that was it. So that's how that went for the festival. Like I said, there's all kinds of factors that factor into it. So it's not necessarily the vending machine's fault, or even was a little bit my fault with this, but not necessarily the sign that was the problem. It was just the festival in general and the willingness for people to buy things from me in general, because again, it wasn't a craft market. People weren't there to specifically look at all the booths. Like, they were kind of walking by, and we didn't get a whole lot of traffic back there either, which is another problem. Like, a lot of people didn't even know we were back there where we were. But the traffic we did get, like, a lot of them were like, well, I already spent a lot of money on food and stuff, like, I'm not really ready to buy right now, you know. And some of them got flyers for me and some of them didn't, you know. But that's a whole other topic. I'm talking about the vending machine now. But anyway, that's, you know, how that went overall. So what I want to do now is see where all these work, because what I did was, actually, I'll show you this first. So these are all, they have vouchers in them. I'm going to show you in a minute when I bring them back. You know what? Why don't I just do it? All right, so I had these vouchers. There's 5 10, 15, 20. And in the machine there are, where's my little notes here that I had? And so there are 17 spaces up here with my small coils that I have, 11 with my medium, and then 7 with the large, so that in total is 35. So what I did was I put one $20 in, 2 15s, 5 10s, and the rest, which was 27, 5s. And then what I did was I took that amount and put them in these little envelopes, like the ones you see in the machine, the ones that people couldn't see apparently. And I shuffled them all up myself. I didn't even know where anything was myself. I just put them in, and I was kind of surprised myself to see where they were. Well, I didn't even get to do that because one person took the first, one on the bottom here and was $5, and that's it. No one else did anything. So I am curious where all the bigger ones are, because I actually also one day did one off the first one and then ended up putting it back, which was $5. And then this one down here was $5. I want to know where the 20 is. I want to know where the 15s are and the 10s. Those are how long it would have taken for someone to get, a bigger one. So let's find out. All right, so let's see. I think I'm going to start with the bottom row since she did one of those already. Got kind of stuck. Nope, that was a 5. Okay, let's see. Let's do another one. This looks like a 5 as well. So far, all the bottoms are 5s. Five. Five. Looks like the bottom was quite a loser. Another 5. Now we got one left. Let's see if we get something other than 5. Otherwise, they were all 5s on the bottom. Oh, this is something. 10. So the last one on the bottom was a 10. So it would have took 7 people, or 7 tokens, how many you want to spend, to get $10 on the bottom. Now let's see the middle. 5. We're starting with 5 on the middle. So even if that lady would have done the middle, she would have got 5. Another 5. Another 5. Like I said, I swear I mixed these all up. I did not put them in strategically or anything like that. A lot of people would have ended up with 5s for a while. Another 5. Five. They must have all been on the top. Maybe I didn't mix them up that good. 5. Another 5. I guess I gotta do a better job shuffling, maybe. Or like putting them in, but then I would know where they are if I did that. Like putting the 20 somewhere. I mean, I might forget, but still. Another 5. So far the middle was all, and it still is. So the middle was all 5s. There was 1 10 on the last rung of the bottom, so all the big ones were up here on the top. Let's see what this first one was. Oh, it was also a 5. So she would have got a 5 no matter what when she was playing. I'm gonna run out of 5 soon, I think. Another 5. Like, I know I mixed them up. I must have mixed them back, apparently. Because I started filling, well, I don't know if it was this way or this way. I'd have to look at the video. You'll never guess this. Another 5. Did I mix up my piles or something? That was mean of me. I just said, okay, let's just put all 5s in. There's 1 10 so far. Okay, I have to be out of 5s by now because I had 1 20, 2 10s. We already had 1 10, so that's 2. And then 5 10, or 5. No, there were 2 15s, 5 10s, and I have 4 left, so that's 7. I would have had 8, but I have 1 already, so 7. 7 of those are the bigger ones. This is something. It's a 10, it looks like. Apparently I need to do better shuffling. Or, you know, I mean, I guess that's a good thing for me. Here's another 10. See? It's not really shuffled. Oh, that one got stuck in there. There we go. Another 10. I swear, I didn't film this part, but I swear I shuffled them. I don't know what happened. Maybe I should have tested it. Looks like another 10. So I have 4 10s in a row, and then I had 1 down here. So that one did get shuffled a little. So the rest of these, well, there's still 5 left, so. This looks like a 15. There's 1 more 15 up there, and then there's a 20. That one got stuck. I might have to open up. All right. Malfunction. Looks like a 15 again. Well, overall, people should have went for the top. Is what I'm seeing. And this is the 20. So the rest are 5s. Those, the 20s, the 15s, and the 10s apparently did not get mixed up very well. Except for the one that got put down here. I have to spend more time shuffling next time. Good thing no one used it. Well, not that they would know. But the rest of these should be 5. So 5. 5. And that one should be a 5, if my calculation is correct. Yes. Now, depending on what order these all went in, I probably would have started filling with more. And if like a 20 had come out, I would put a 20 in somewhere. Obviously shuffle them up again. Because it wouldn't be like there's 1 5 left. I would make sure that there's something bigger in here. But that's how that went, apparently. Like, I swear, I took, like, I had a pile of 5s, 10s, 15, 20, put them all together, and I shuffled them up like this a couple times. And then I started just putting them in. And most of them ended up here and pretty much in order, which was weird, except for that one that was here. So again, I have to do a little bit better job of shuffling up, I think. Making sure they're a little more shuffled. I mean, like I said, for me, it's a good thing if they just get 5. So maybe I, subconsciously was like, oh no, I'm going to make sure that a lot of the first people get 5s. I don't know. But, that's how it ended up this time. I might do a few more experiments to see, how well things get shuffled. But that's how it was for the festival. So there you go.
And here's another look at the way things ended up. I'm not sure how this happened. I did shuffle them, so I must have shuffled them all back into the place that they were to begin with, a little bit, but they were mixed up a little, but not enough. I'll do better next time.
As far as the shuffling goes, I was going to say maybe I could take the larger ones and put them in somewhere, but I want to get surprised at where things are too. The thing I could do as a compromise is take the larger ones and shuffle those up so I don't know exactly where the 20 or the 15s are and put them in certain spots. And then I'll kind of know, like there's 2 big ones up here, there's, 2 big ones here, and 3 or 4 down here or something, whatever. I could have done that. I did end up with 110 down here, so I definitely did shuffle a little. It's just not very well. Or I shuffled them and then I shuffled them back into the same spot somehow. I didn't shuffle them like cards. I just kind of, went like here. Went like this, That's how I shuffled. So, I don't know. But anyway, so I think for the next event that I do, I want to do the 3 tiers like this with different sizes and put actual products in some of these. I have an idea for one of them. Like, I can put my little wooden magnets that I make that are 3x3. I didn't have any of those ready for the event, so I didn't end up, couldn't have put them in the machine anyway. But I can make each tier a different price for the token. Like, okay, are you picking from row 1, then that's $5. Make sure that they don't do the other ones. Or, so vouchers on one, and then I could do magnets on one, and then whatever else on the bottom. You can mix it up a little bit instead of having just vouchers, because then that way you get people that, okay, then if I get a voucher, then I can pick out something I want, or I can use it towards a bigger thing. But if I get, I want a magnet, so, and it's a mystery magnet, it's this price, rather than the ones that are on sale over there that I get to pick. But those are more expensive. These would be a little cheaper. And then same with the bottom, whatever that is. So, I think that would go over better, kind of best of both worlds. I'd have to probably use a different sign for this then. What I'd probably do is not use this chalkboard. I would probably print out a sign and use my acrylic for that. Because then I could get more creative with it or whatever. I have more space to put things. And it won't be as, I just thought this would be a little more aesthetic, you know, for the vending machine, have a special sign. But, I mean, like I said, overall, I think the festival itself was just kind of the issue. It wasn't just, you know, the vending machine and me not knowing how to use it. It was, well, I mean, I know how to use it, but knowing how to market it or whatever. I also don't have a big social media following, because I did say on my social media, hey, you'll be able to use this, is how it works, you know, and no one follows me, so, like, it's not like they were, like, anticipating it, you know. I'll get there someday, I think, but, so what I'm gonna do is have, like, an updated kind of thing after I have a few more events down where I use my vending machine. Have another video come out where I talk about how, okay, this worked better or whatever. The next event is a beer garden thing, so I actually, I was thinking of maybe I'm thinking of selling coasters and like can koozies. And I don't think, I mean, they would fit in here, but I don't think, it depends. I might be able to get a koozie in here. I have to double check to see how big they are exactly. They might get stuck a lot if I do put them in there. But I was thinking maybe putting those in there. We'll see if that works. Maybe if I fold them up or something. But anyway, so it's a different type of event. I guess that one is kind of similar where you're there for the beer garden, but this kind of craft market is extra. But if I'm selling things that kind of go along with that, like coasters and koozies and stuff like that, I think, you know, that would go over well. Whereas this was more of a family 4th of July festival, so I was trying to keep everything family oriented and, you know, I don't know. I have other things to talk about in regards to that, but so I think I still like the idea of doing vouchers, like I said. If people could get used to it, I think they would like it too. Also, obviously, I mean, I haven't seen anyone locally that has one of these or anything similar, so I think word might get out eventually that I have a vending machine, you know, and I'm at certain events and maybe people want them for their booths and stuff. And I do have a code now, by the way. I think I put that somewhere in the video. Overall, I thought this would be at least more interesting to people. A lot of people seemed confused by it. But like I said, I'm the only one really in the area that I know of that has something like this. So, you know, it's going to take a while for them to get used to it. I thought more people would be like, even if they didn't like want to buy a token necessarily, they'd be like, oh, that's really cool that you have a vending machine, you know. But most people were just like, why do you have that? I don't understand. It was weird. And I don't know if it's just the community I live in or again, like, because the festival, like, it was a festival, not a craft market. It was a craft market as part of a festival. So people weren't really there for us. Like I said, they were there for the festival and we were extra. So I think it might be appreciated more at something like, especially like an art festival, because this is technically an ArtVend. Like, it's made for artists, but, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I have to kind of think of different ways to use it. I already have like a few, like I said, it kind of depends on the event that I'm doing, and I have events coming up the rest of the year. Like, for instance, I have a holiday one, which I could maybe put like ornaments in, you know, again, mystery ornaments. And other things I thought about maybe doing, like I had these small cards that I didn't actually end up doing it, but do a little art piece on, like I'm a lettering artist, so I would do like a quote or something and putting those in there and selling them for cheap, like in a mystery, like positive, you know, message or something. That might go over better. Yeah, I don't know. But overall, I mean, I'm still happy with it. I'm happy I bought it. I think that it'll pay off eventually using it. I was just expecting a little more of a positive reaction from this event. Like, again, even if people didn't use it as much, I would still expect people to be like, oh, that's really cool, you have a vending machine, I've never seen that before. But people didn't do that. They were kind of like, huh? Vending machine? What's that? Like, I know, like, for overall vending machines, kind of like payphones, like, people don't use them as much anymore, but, like, these were, like, older people that, you know, were around when there was more vending machines, like cigarette vending machines, and, you know, I thought they would kind of think it was retro or whatever, like, you know, oh, I remember when we used to have vending machines for everything, now we don't. Like, again, I just, you know, it's just the thing about, like, people, like, you never know what they're gonna like or what, you know, or how many of those type of people. Like, again, I had the one lady who was like, oh my god, that's awesome, I want to play. But she was the only one that was even close to that, you know? It all depends on who shows up, you know? But anyway, overall, like, I'm happy with it. I like it. I think eventually people will like it. I just, right now, this first event that I had was kind of a bust. I mean, I sold one for $5 and I didn't lose any money. They didn't get anything extra. They just got $5. So it worked out for me, you know, and I gave her a flyer and everything. So hopefully she follows me and comes to another event I'm at, or, you know, wants to order something later for me or something like that. I don't know. There's lots of things to think about. I'm probably going to do another video about different things you can put in here, different ideas or whatever. And I'll do another one later after a couple events that I have this year, like an update on how well it went over or whatever at different types of events. I'll probably do another video like that. But for right now, this is my experience with it, and I am happy with it. It's just, right now, it's kind of slow. I think it'll catch on eventually. And it all depends on the type of people that come to your booth, basically, and the type of festival you're at, or event, or whatever. I also think, actually, before I let you go, there's one more thing I wanted to say. I was already thinking, too, that I could use this for other videos that I make. Like, I can make, because I was thinking of doing eventually on this channel, or other channels that I have, like where I make an art piece, and then I can, like, I could use this to randomize things, like different quotes I could have up here, because again, I do lettering. So quotes, and then like the style that I do, and then like the color that I'm using or something in a different, like in different tiers. So I do one of each and then randomize it, you know, shuffle them up real good next time. So that's something I could use it for. So even that, I mean, that's worth it to me, because I'm using that on a video, and a video eventually will make money, I think. So that helps pay for, you know, the cost of using it. And there's other things I could use it for in videos. Also, I do plan on doing classes locally, in person. I also want to do online classes, but and I think maybe I could use it for prizes or something, at something like that. So there's all kinds of things you can use it, not just at events. So for me, like, I have all kinds of ideas of what I want to use this for eventually. This is just my first time using it. And I think that eventually it will be, like, paid off, the amount of money that I used to buy it. I mean, I wanted something like this. Like I said, this is actually, like, the best version of the thing that I thought I would get, you know? Like, I was happy that I found this, rather than just like a sticker machine, like I said I was looking for in the beginning. Because this has so many more possibilities than that. So, like I said, I will do an update video later this year about, like, a couple more events that I do with it, and kind of do different experiments and see how things work better, you know, and then also, like, kind of compare and contrast the type of event that I'm at, how popular it seems to be at, you know, that versus that, because it all kind of factors in. So I will have an update video in a few months about that. But anyway, like I said, if you want one, I do have a code. It's on the screen. It's SHRUSH, SHRUSH. I think it's all capital letters, but I don't know if it matters. But that'll get you $10 off one of these machines. And then I get like $10 also when you buy one from me. So we both get $10. So, and it's just on the machine. It's not on any of the accessories or anything like that. But if you're interested, otherwise you can pay full price or you can use someone else's code. That's fine. But anyway, like I said, overall, I am very happy with it. I think it's cool. I like it. I have all kinds of uses for it other than the events that I'm doing. So just from that, like, I like it. It's my new toy, you know? But I think eventually, you know, doing different experiments and trying to figure out different events as I do when I get more experience doing different types of events, I'll kind of have better gauge of what's going to happen, you know. So this is just my first experiment. And I'm going to be doing more videos about it, like I said, eventually. So later this year I'm going to do one, you know, as my experience grows with different events that I'm doing, because I do have a bunch scheduled for the rest of the year. And then I'm also going to do one about like different kind of ways you can use the machine at some point on my channel, probably before the end of the year. So even without events, but also the different ways you can use them at events. So that is what I have planned the rest of the year for this. So stay tuned.